morning and welcome to another week. It is Monday and it is the 24th of July already. Can you believe it? So I'm busy getting ready for the market now. I'm printing all my art prints. So these are all the ones, and there's quite a few that I've printed. Oh no, oh yeah, here we go, all the prints. Quite a few, all being fed through one at a time, I will add. So I'm now currently printing the backing boards that I put into the back, surprisingly, of every print. Just a little bit of advertising with all my other prints on it, and obviously the more I do, the more this will fill up. So yeah, just really getting ready for market. Obviously I have no idea how many prints will be bought. So yeah, it's busy. So prints is what I'm doing at the minute. I've also got loads of coasters to make. I've got placemats to make. Mugs, I'm going to take some mugs with me that I'm going to print up. Stickers, I've got more stickers to make. So basically I have got a shitload of stuff to do. Apologies for the language, shouldn't have said that. I've got a lot to do. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today and probably for most of this week, to be fair. I will show you my ink levels because obviously I have printed a lot of stuff now and I don't know how much I've printed, which is a bit disappointing because the box, which I've still got over there, suggests you get 2,300 prints. I don't think I've printed anywhere near 2,300, but I haven't been monitoring the situation, so I can't actually comment on that. Now, bearing in mind that when I initially set this printer up, it did use some of the ink. I will show you exactly what I've got left after all the printing I have done. So that is my current ink levels. This one on the end here is the grey, and it's used the most of that. Then this is cyan, that's second, and then these three are all in a par really: magenta, yellow, iPhoto black, and this one's got the most left by a fraction, and that is just black. So that's where we're at with ink levels at the moment on the Inco tank. Hope you can see them okay. You still have ink remaining in the bottles that came with the box because there was spare, there was surplus to requirement. So obviously I'm not in need of buying any more ink yet. I think I've got, in fact, I'll see. Oh, got a little bit of ink left in the bottles. Not as much as I thought. For some reason I thought I was still half a bottle, but I've still got some. Probably order some more just so that I've got it already here as and when I need it, which shouldn't be for a little while yet, I don't think. However, I will say that my maintenance box is nearly full up, which is something I always forget about. My old printer, the PC 600, I had to get maintenance boxes for that as well. And this one has filled up quite quick, but then I've done a lot of printing with it. So I need to order more of those and keep those in stock. I used to always keep 2 in stock for my old printer. So I think I should do the same here. But anyway, that's enough of me procrastinating and coming up with an excuse to not actually do some work by talking to you. I need to get back to it. So hope you're sitting there watching this with a nice cup of tea. I'm a little bit jealous because I stopped drinking tea. Although I'm happy to report I don't need to wee every 10 minutes anymore. So if any of you are having a dilemma with your bladder and needing to go to the toilet more often than you should, try not drinking tea for a little while. It's made a massive difference to my life. Good morning. It's now Thursday the 27th, I think it is, of July. I have some more things to open. This is, oh, how exciting. It's the maintenance box for the printer that we now have for when that time comes. Better to be prepared, I've discovered. Now this is a necessary must-have. The backing board. I had 100, so that means that I can actually put all the prints together now. Now we'll pick the doggy. So I have my print. It goes with the board, like so. And then that in the back, and then it all goes into a bag. So voila. That's my job today. I've got to finish printing. I've got to put all these together. And then we will definitely have a very good stock of stuff for the market. I have had another Etsy order come in for a Bideford print, which is great because I've already printed one for the market. So I will just literally package that one up and send that off today. I'd like to design some more stuff. I've been looking at possibly making my own notepads / to-do list pads with some of my designs because, you know, I use... Well, it's not an actual to-do list. I write in my book, but I literally have to have a list to stay motivated and on target. So I'd like to do that, but you can only do one thing at a time. I have to keep reminding myself. And at the moment, I need to get these prints packaged and ready before we move on to the next job. Plus, I want to get that order out today. That up, but this is a little insight into how my brain actually works, or my mind. My setup here in my small little area of my bedroom is the best it can be in terms of pleasing to the eye and not feeling too chaotic, and considering it's a room you sleep in, trying to keep it as sort of organized and tidy as you can. I have everything set up here, but everything's ready to pack. But as you can see, I pack here, I've got to keep turning, I've got to pack. So I'm just trying to think, is there a better way? So change of plan is that I need to move everything about. If I try and move everything and it don't work, well, I will then know, and that's something that can be expelled from my mind, and I can move on quite comfortably in the knowledge that this is by far the best way to have my stuff. That's what I'm going to now do, and move everything around and see if I cannot find a better way. For example, my heat press. When I printed that t-shirt, it could not have been more awkward doing it on this angle with this printer in the way and this. And just hope it's not one of those jobs that becomes a 2 hours later. Quite possible. I've done, and then I'm going to get on with what I was supposed to be doing, which I now actually have more space to do here, right in front of me. So it could work, depending on whether I break my elbow bone anytime soon. This is how it currently now is, not as pleasing to the eye as it once was, but I am preferring that. So everything is now contained. My office space, my packaging things are on the windowsill. So that area I am quite happy with. The rest of it, not so much. But if it works and functions well, that will be fantastic. It's another day. I moved my printers again. I now have one right here. Yes, I know, but it meant I could put the mug press over there. Now then, yesterday I went crazy printing. I'll show you what I did. All these have now been printed. They've all got their backing cards. They've all been packaged. We've got some animals, the landscapes, more landscapes, more. And yes, I ran out of the bags, cello bags that these go in, and I ran out of paper for the backing cards because I've just changed the paper that I use for that. So I've got more arriving today. Thank goodness for Amazon Prime sometimes. The whole next day delivery thing is amazing. Yes, we do love it. Because I ran out of stuff, I kept printing, so I've got prints ready to package, but to be fair, when I'd realised I'd done like over 100 of the things, it just got too much. So I stopped, had some tea, and then I just suddenly thought, notepads. Something that I've been thinking about for a little while, and I stumbled across a video with someone making their own. So that's what I started experimenting with yesterday, and look what I've done. This is like a test print. So it's the Westwood Ho design, my list, voila. And this is like 3 pages of it then. What do we think? Do we think, so if you had a little notepad, let me just do a little bit of folding here, like this. If you had like a tear off notepad with that design, do you think you'd buy it? Because I happen to think it's actually quite good. Got a little bit of adjusting to do. I want this image to come right down to the bottom. And I think the size is good. It's about 8 inches height. So I'm going to just cut these up and put them together and just see what it feels like. What do we think? Opinions, please. I quite like it. I think it looks quite cool. And the thing is, I could do this for so many things. Each of the locations, I could put the puffins on there. I might just be onto something here. So I've got a few supplies arriving today to enable me to make an actual notepad, see how long it takes and see if it's worth my time, i.e. if it takes all day to do, I'm not going to bother. But if it's not as bad as that and it doesn't take too long actually to put a notepad together, I think I'm going to add them to my list, to my product range. But I'd like to know your thoughts if that's okay. So yes, I've just cut these out, look. Voila! So 3 sheets on top of each other. So just imagine, oh, let me just do this. Just imagine, it's a little notepad, there's page 1, flick it off. Oh, look at me, I can write my new notes, my shopping list, whatever I want on here. And when I've completed said notepad, look at this, rip it off. Imagine if there was 30 of those. I quite like it. Hey, one thing that's guaranteed is you wouldn't find one of these anywhere else. My deliveries have now come. So, do you want to see what I've got? We have everything we need to crack back on with the prints. Yes. So this is the paper that I have been using. Oh no, this. That's exciting. This is the paper that I thought I'd try for the notepads. Never used it before. We'll give it a try. But what I have used before is this, which I was using for the backing cards. You know, I've just switched to this because it's a little bit cheaper than the stuff I was using, and the stuff I was using for the backing cards is what I use for my actual art prints, and it doesn't need to be as good quality for something that ultimately will get thrown away. So I've been using this and it's been fantastic, which is why I thought I'd give this a go for the notepad. Ooh. This, very exciting. These are metal rulers. The reason I've got a metal ruler is because I've ordered one of these. It is a sharp blade. There's all these blades. And why have I got all these blades, do you think? It's so that I can just slice them down using the knife and the metal ruler, rather than using my, not guillotine, but paper cutter. And I got some little spongy brushes and some Mod Podge glue. I've only got a small one just to trial it, because I don't know if this is all for making notepads, basically. Let me explain myself. Oh, I bought everything I need to do that. And pardon? I swear to God, that wasn't me. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, I don't know what's in here. So, what is this? Ah, that's like the biggest bag ever for this. Oh, this is also for making the notepads, so that when you've glued it all together, this holds them tight while they dry is the word I'm looking for. Look at the size of the bag that came in. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's that. I've got some more printing to do, but I am desperate to try making these notepads. So yes, I'll show you now what an absolute mess this all is, having sort of half tidied it yesterday. And there we go. Heat press held together with my England scarf from about 30 years ago. And yes, nice amount of mess there. But it means we're being productive. And very productive at that, I will say. We are on fire today. Well, we've been on fire the last few days, to be fair. I'm quite chuffed with myself. And yeah, if I can have a couple new products to add to the store in the form of memo pads and stuff, that'll be very exciting. Right, that's enough talking. Got a lot of doing to do. I have exciting breaking news to report. This morning I got up and my phone made like a cha-ching sound, but it was not an Etsy cha-ching sound. And I thought, what is that? Well, I'll tell you what it was. It was my very first website order. So guess how excited I was. And what, pray tell, did the person want who ordered the first item off the new website? Well, I will show you what she wanted. She wanted an A3 picture of the beach huts. So I've printed it, as you can see. In fact, it was the first thing I did because everything else just had to be shoved to one side for a minute because the orders take priority, obviously. It's printed and now I just need to package it and get it sent in the post so that the order can arrive in super quick time. But I just wanted to report that I have finally now had my very first order on the new website. So I don't know if it's somebody that watches this. If it is, thank you very much. And if it isn't, well, maybe my thank yous, well, you'll get my thank yous anyway, because I shall be writing thank you and sending my little thank you message in the order when I packaged it. But yes, I am very excited to know that the website has definitely been seen. Although I know some of you had looked at it, so I know it had been seen, but been seen to such an extent that someone ordered an item from it. So everything is up and everything is working. Everything's not up. I've got loads more to add to it, but everything is working. So very excited. Just wanted to share that exciting news with you. I am busy heating up the heat press here because I've got so many coasters to bake. In fact, it's good to go down right now as we speak. So I'm doing that. I'm doing my prints. I've moved the printer. I will explain more about that in another video probably, which I may make if I have some results with it. But the actual printer, I moved my room around and then I put the printer that I use for the sublimation here. Well, now I've changed it again. This is the printer, the new one, the ET8550. And I've moved it into a space that enables me to just put the paper source thing up. I do still need to turn it, obviously, because that's just... But I'm going to try and get a Lazy Susan, I've decided. That just might be the bloody answer to everything. So I might try and get one of those. I can't do it just yet, but that is the plan. So yeah, printing all the art prints, doing all the backing boards to go with them, and soon I have to start on all the A3 prints. Oh, my goodness me. And I'll tell you what, these printers, they're not really made for bulk printing. But that's exactly what I've been doing on it. Oh, excuse me a moment. Interestingly enough as well, my grey ink is very, it's about that far off the bottom. And I definitely haven't printed 2,300 prints on this printer. So that's interesting. The grey is down to here. So it's telling me that I need to keep another extra bottle of grey in at all times. Little note for you there. Anyway, I'm going because I've got so much to do and I literally can't stand around here chatting. Got to take these coasters off for a start. And put a couple more on, and then if they're all good, I've got a batch make. And what a joy that is, because this job, doing the coasters, isn't tedious at all. Or am I being a tad sarcastic there? Oh my God. In other news, I will just quickly say that the market has officially opened today. First days of trading over there. I did debate to go and have a little look, but I've got so much to do that I haven't done that. But it opens today, so at the end of this week I can make my phone call to find out whether or not there's room for me for the rest of this month and then forever, or if I have to wait till September. But we are definitely there, hence all this busy making of stuff, because I need to be ready. Right, gonna go. I've got all these coasters to undo now. That one is gonna pop in a minute. Oh, look. I mean, just look at it. I mean, honestly, bloody love the coasters. I bloody love them. Look. Right, I'm going because there's just too much to do. I can't talk to you and flat and keep everything under control in a very organised manner. Speak to you later. Bye. Here it is, my first website order, all packaged and ready to go to the post office. So I've got a fly now. Look at the way my vitiligo is showing up today. Nice. I'm helping in my friend's shop today, so I've got to go. I'm going to post this later, and I might be back later because there's still loads, and I mean loads, to be done.